Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the King and I Life podcast hosted by your boy Soul Touch the Poet and my brother Son Soul X. Talking about Juneteenth versus states changing voting laws and whatever our hearts bring into this conversation. Find us on whatever podcast platform that you subscribe to. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, like, subscribe, and share. Son Soul X.
You guys can reach us at KingAndEye369 Again, that's KingAndEye369 We love to hear your comments, your thoughts on whatever topic you've heard us discuss, including this one. Again, if you guys want to come on the show, if you have suggestions, if you just feel like, hey, I love your show or I dislike your show, you can send that too. Either way, we appreciate the love and we appreciate the hate. So.
Turn your volume up a little bit, my brother. A little bit more. So before we closed out, you was talking about doesn't matter what we do with whatever we get, just give us what we're owed. Yeah, I agree with you. There's nothing else I can add to that. Give us what we're owed. Period. If it's not a dollar amount, leave us the hell alone. Let us live. Stop beating us in the street and treating us like animals, like y'all been doing for the whole time that we've been on this continent. But I think, man, as much as I agree with that sentiment, give us what we're owed, no matter what it is, I just would hate for it to go to waste. And it may sound like a contradiction, and if it does, I don't care. But at the end of the day, I stand with you. Give us what we're owed. But I just hate to see it go to waste because we're owed so much, so much. We're given so little. They keep taking. We shouldn't have to beg for anything. We just should not have to beg for anything. But at the same time, we should stand up for something. We always have this our debate about voting and the system and this, that, and the other. The one thing that keeps hitting my head every time I hear that conversation in my head, and I'm watching the news and seeing what's going on in the country today and this, that, and the other, it's like, yo, I understand everybody's grief and everything towards how this government and this society in America functions. But at the end of the day, it takes people to change it. We cannot opt out. We can't look at it as participating in it how they want us to. We need to look at it as we need to get involved in it how we need to. They're not going to give us anything. Very few of them are going to give us something. There's a certain amount of them that are going to be in alignment with us to a degree. There are certain people others who are going to be, full in with us. And there are certain ones that are going to be totally against us. With all that being said, again, we as a whole need to come together and make movements forward because, again, they're not going to give us anything. And if we say, oh, I'm going to turn a blind eye to that, a lot of people are just going to be satisfied with this crumb, which is Juneteenth. And that's just how it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Um, it took people of our background to fight and stand up to get what we got. They wasn't just going to give it to us. They didn't beg for it. They got out there and said, "You're going to give us this. We deserve this. You owe us this." And although we did not get everything that we were owed, we got something. We can all argue. Well, that ain't shit. That's small peanuts in a big bag. But at the end of the day, it's more than what we did not have.
I'll say to that. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me, right? My thing is this: if I'm going in the wrong direction, and I realize I'm going in the wrong direction, do I keep going in the wrong direction because I come so far in the wrong direction? Or do I turn around and go in the correct direction? Or do I veer off and go into another direction? Anything is better than the direction you're going in if you're going in the wrong direction.
But who determines what the right and wrong direction is?
When you are faced with a system that deliberately lies to you, misleads you, I mean, I could go on and on about the injustices the Moorish people of this land have had to face. But the thing about it is, we have to make that determination and stop relying on other people to tell us what direction to go in. As long as we're relying on other people to tell us where we need to go and what we need to do, we're never going to get the fuck out of this shit.
But you know
Ever.
why a lot of our people rely on other people to tell us where we need to go or should go? Is because the vast majority of us are not getting together and telling each other where we should go. We have too many of our people who are just nonchalant about what we deserve. Too many. Um and I can honestly say I can be, people can say I'm guilty of it because I'm not out there fighting for what we deserve. Is it my fight? Yes and no. But I'll be damned. I mean, you've said it several times. I got to worry about self. I got to worry about, the man in the mirror. And to a degree, I feel the same goddamn way. Um, I'm not going to jump out there and fight and demand what's owed to me and be the only jackass in the room saying, "Hey, this is what we deserve." I'm not doing that. Um, some people may say I'm wrong, but a lot of people may agree. Um, but again, if we are not getting together and saying we need to do this because they ain't doing it, then that's what needs to happen. One thing that I admire about the Native Americans that were here before the Europeans came, and what I dislike about us, And the more I've listened to other people, weigh in on saying, you know, how Kanye West said slavery was a choice. You know, I'm more so agreeing with that statement because if you look at the Native Americans, them jokers went down fighting. Fighting. They went down fighting. You had several different Indian Native American nations on this land who were not connected with each other like that. But when those Europeans came, at some point they said, you know what? Hey, you with this tribe, you with this tribe, you with this Native American nation, blah, 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 you Cherokee, you Chippewa, you whatever the case may be. They're the threat. We're not a threat to each other. They went down fight until they could not fight no more. We don't do that shit. We don't do it. We have not done it. And when we did do it, they would snatch 2 or 3 of us up, hang us up, whip us, burn us, and scare the rest of us till we were like, you know what? I don't want none of that. Let me chill out. And for centuries, we've been fucking chilling out. And it burns me the fuck up because we get to this point, and it's not against you. We get to this point where we say, oh, well, they this and they that. It's like, no, we need to stop saying they this and they that. We need to have that mentality of that's the threat. We need to get together and we need to neutralize the threat to us. We poison ourselves. We corrupt ourselves. We kill each other. We corrupt each other. And at no point do we in mass stand together and say, you know what? We need to do better by ourselves amongst each other. And then we need to stand up and demand better from them. Not ask for it, not beg for it, not panhandle for it. Demand it. Demand what we deserve. So we don't sit back and be like me, shit, it's just another damn day. Or like you, it's just a goddamn crumb. If we need to get off our asses, all of us.
I can't disagree with anything you said, brother. For real, I can't. I have no rebuttal because you spoke the truth. There are so many different things we can do as far as directions we can go in. But again, my biggest thing is I just feel like for the longest we've been going in the wrong goddamn direction.
Totally agree with you on that.
So it's kind of like at this point, it's like all of us in one big freaking car heading down the wrong direction, and some of us in here realize, hey, we're going in the wrong direction. But because so many other people are like, no, we're going in the right direction. It's kind of like we can't even get the ones going in the wrong direction to pull over. So the ones of us that do know that this is the wrong direction to go in, they won't even let us out this bitch. You get what I'm saying? So I think that that's part of our problem is, again, we got the wrong people, the majority of the people, thinking that we're going in the wrong or the right direction when we're going in the wrong direction. No amount of protesting or bitching or fussing or law changing is going to save us. I just feel like, again, how you're saying, the only one that's going to save us is us. But how do you save yourself when you basically fighting damn near, if I had to put it in percentage wise, you're looking at about 97% against the remaining percent out of 100. You get what I'm saying? It's ah man. Again, we could go on and on about this for hours and hours, but I think again the one thing we definitely agree on is that we're going in the wrong direction. Again, I get that to some people they feel that this holiday is, is great. A lot of people to a certain degree have worked very hard for this day
Mm-hmm.
or that day. Again, if that's what makes you feel better about the situation, then I'm happy, happy, joy, joy for you. But for me, my way of thinking, what my spirit says to me is, I'd rather work. If you're gonna give me a backhand slap, at least put some spit on it first. And that's what I feel like this was. This was a backhand slap compared to what you really know that you freaking owe us. So again, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but this is me. This is my opinion, and I'm entitled to that. Just like you're entitled to your opinion. And I respect your opinion, even though you may not respect mine.
But at the end of the day, there are millions of people who agree with your position in its entirety. Um, what I admire about the conversations, debates that we have is um, we generally have the same views on damn near every topic. Especially when it comes to stuff like this, we generally have the same views. It's just that we come at it from different angles, different perspectives, and
Right?
hey, there's people who agree with your perspective in its entirety. There are people who agree with your perspective in parts. There are people who agree with my perspective in its entirety and some in parts. The people who agree with both of our perspectives in parts, you know, they have a whole perspective, 50% of mine, 50% of yours. So, it overlaps and it's
Right.
good like that because we have different views, not opposing arguments. um the thing
Right.
about a lot of this is this holiday is like Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. It's like Emancipation Proclamation. It's like Black History Day, which turned into Black History Week, which turned into Black History Month. um it's also just like um what else? Any celebration of um, African Americans who made a contribution to this country in air quotes. Um, it goes along a lot of that. We celebrate a lot of achievements of our people who throughout history and even in current time. My problem though,
Mm-hmm.
and this is where I'm gonna jump on your side of the fence with this crumb thing, is that when the honeymoon phase wears off, it's going to be just a crumb. That's all it's going to be. And jumping back to my side, when the honeymoon phase wears off, it's going to be just a day. That's it. The problem that I have with that, jumping on both sides of our perspectives, is what is next? What are we fighting for next? What have we been fighting for in conjunction with this? Because as a people, historically, we have a problem of celebrating, overly celebrating small milestones. And the problem that I have with that, although
Right.
not to minimize people's, fight to get us what we get, not to minimize that at all, but we climb this steep mountain,
Right.
we get to the plateau, and then we sit the fuck down and rest. And this is something that we've been doing for generations. We climb, we get the plateau, and we rest. And we got people like, all right, we got, fuck it, I'm gonna go chill now. And it's like, we can't go chill now. We just can't. If you look at those who migrated from Europe in the 16 and 1700s over here, they did not leave fighting over there, come over here to sit on their ass and chill. They did not do that. They did not do that. You best believe they did not do that. As convoluted as history is, we may never know the entire truth of, whatever happened back then. We may never know. But one thing we can be for damn sure, them motherfuckers did not come from Europe, get over here and sit on their ass and chill. They did not do that. They did not do that. When they say we coming in here, we gonna be independent and we gonna start our own nation, Europe said, oh no, the hell you not. We coming over here to put you in your goddamn place. Why you think we had the Revolutionary War? Why you think we had the War of 1812? Why you think we had the Civil War? Because they was not sitting on their ass celebrating small milestones and then chilling. It didn't happen. But that's the problem that we have as a people. We get little milestones and we sit on our ass and chill. So as frustrated as you are, you goddamn right, I can feel your frustration. But I'm feeling it from the angle of, what the hell are y'all doing? Okay, we got this damn day. We've had days before. We had laws, but what the hell are y'all doing? Why y'all chilling? And why is it that when we get further in these years and times, y'all still have a slave mentality? Still have it. So, as much as you can be frustrated and be like, it's just a crumb and I can't stand this shit, I'm gonna stand right beside you and you like, you know what? I can't stand the fact that although we got this crumb, y'all ain't fighting for shit else. Come on now, help me out.
Well said. The whole waiting around. Okay, we got this. We good now. we can sit back and kick our feet up a little bit, break out the wine coolers and damn Coronas. That mentality is what like he says gotten us here to a certain degree. But now, what do we keep fighting for? What's the next step, as you said? They're gonna keep dangling this damn carrot in front of our face called reparations for as long as they can. And do I think we will get it? Not in my lifetime. I'll be honest with you, not in my lifetime. Eventually, will the tides turn? I hope so. I definitely hope so. I hope that one day we actually are able to come together like we're supposed to and truly get what we deserve. Do I think it's gonna be damn near act of the creator to do it? Probably so. And that's sad. That's the sad part about it, because we have to then wait on the creator to turn the tide, and they ain't talking about no damn coming back to save us type thing. If you feel what I'm saying to you, because that no one's going to save us but us. If they ain't saved us by now, they're not going to save us. I hate to break that to some of y'all, but again, only someone who's going to save us is us. So until we get that through, our skulls and let that sink in and actually come together the way we're supposed to, nothing's going to change here. And I'm not even saying you got to be physical about it. If you just came together and use,
please don't.
I'm not gonna say prayer. No. I'm going to say if we can come together on one accord. On one accord, we can change things. Those of you who understand the spiritual world and how it works, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And some of you get it, and some of you might get it later. But again, I'm not talking about prayers here. It's going to take that one accord to change things. Where do we go from here then? That's my question right now. Where do we go from here?
Where do we go from here? We're going to jump on that when we come back. It's the King and I Life podcast, hosted by myself, Soul Touch the Poet, and my brother, son, Soul X. We're having a discussion about Juneteenth becoming a federal holiday finally after I don't know how many years. We're also going to talk about states changing voting laws and whatever else comes up in this conversation. Follow us on whatever podcast platform that you subscribe to. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Like, subscribe, and share. Son Soul X.
You guys can hit us up at that KingAndEye369 at gmail.com. Again, that's KingAndEye369 at gmail.com. Again, we love to hear from you. What are your thoughts? You got any topics you want us to chop up?
And we'll be back.
We're open. That's what's up.